Y'all might be thinking, that ain't no EG, that ain't no Del Sol, but it is a Honda Element, and it does have a K24.
All right, chimps and chimpettes, we're back at it again with a new project. Look at this bad girl right here. The bones are good. Bones are good. She's on the lift. You know, we should have probably informed you. You get a little sneak peek of what we got, but here we are. You know, we've never been great about, filming every little last thing, but we're here now, all right? And what we're here with is a green Element, 2008. We got her for a new daily, and the motor was toast. You know, warped head, all nine, and we already took it out, as you can see. The engine's out of here, and we're gonna be swapping in. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy, just a new engine here. Nice and clean, you know, got it from a local engine supplier, so got a good deal on it. Gonna put this into the Element and hopefully just leave it bone stock, replace a couple things that need to be replaced, and have a running and driving Element for the cheap, all right? So, yeah, the lift helps out on that, but we're going to put in some work, putting in this new engine, attach the transmission to it, and get it back up in the car, and hopefully it runs like it came off the showroom floor. So that's the plan. We're going to keep you updated, film from here on out, and put it back in the car. So we'll do a time lapse of us, taking it apart, swapping over stuff that we need to. This is a JDM motor, so just an RAA head and nothing fancy like the EG or the Del Sol. So we'll keep you updated with taking off the transmission. We dropped it from the subframe. Easiest way to do it, just kind of plop it down, a few bolts, no big deal. And yeah, so if we run into any snags, we'll continue the video there. Or otherwise, enjoy the time lapse and stay tuned. All right, you grimy little poop slingers. With these JDM motors, their water pump housings are different than US things that we get, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. They are universal as far as the pattern of the bolts. So you can take the old water pump housing, slap it onto the JDM motor, it'll be completely fine. So as you can see there, that is the JDM water pump housing, just loosely slapped on there. We put the old one on here, clean it up a little bit, and use that for the swap back into the Element. Another thing is these intake. This one is a drive by cable intake portion of it, whatever part of that you want to talk about, because it's like a two-piece. Again, this upper part with the fuel rail, that's the same with the JDM and the old Element motor. So we're just going to take the old one with the drive-by-wire throttle body, slap that onto there, and that'll be all set. The harness plugs all in like normal. With the water pump housing, we did swap over the hard line for the heater core. That's gonna route right where it's supposed to. Another thing that we haven't done yet, but we will here shortly, is the header. It's kind of at an angle for the element. This one, so you can see on the JDM one, whatever car this came off of, it's more down. So swap that over as well. Shouldn't have an issue there. This solenoid here, swapped it over because it has 2 plugs and that one has 1 plug. Again, just another thing that's a little different. Just making it OEM, you know, just plug right in and not have any check engine lights. So that's what we're doing right now. Same thing with the bracket here, the motor mount. Swap that over. It's a little bit different, as you can see. This has like a step up. So, you know, just little things you just kind of, you know, see here and there. But I mean, these JDM motors, they don't get the mileage that they do in the US. So it's good to go with something like this to get lower mileage, get more use out of it. You could just get a direct element motor on Marketplace, but you never know with something like that. So this is the route we went to. Not that hard, just a little extra work with the water pump housing. Put some Honda Bond on there, make it look nice, and it'll never leak for ages to come. So we're going to keep cracking at it. Haven't dived into the transmission yet. That's going to be a little bit of a job in itself, but just transferring stuff over right now. So nothing crazy. Keep going at it. Another good note that I just thought of is the reason we swapped over the water pump housing was for the power steering pump. This pump is different from the JDM one. The JDM one has a different connector here for the power steering. So we want to retain the one that's already in the car. As you can see here, see how that one's straight and this one's kind of angled. So that's why we put the power steering pump to use on the old water pump housing.
And that one does not fit on the US spec one.
Correct. So that's why we put all this over here. Again, not that big of a deal, you know, just it'll all work out. It's just 30 minutes extra work and it'll slap on there. So it's the way to go. Just get it done. All right, little chimps, listen, it's the middle of late night, but as you can see, subframe, old engine, transmission taken off, new engine with all the goodies. So that's gonna be tonight. Be back at it bright and early tomorrow. And I think it's just one full day of putting the transmission on here, putting the subframe, lift it back in the car, and who knows, maybe tomorrow we'll have a startup and maybe even a around the block kind of deal. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be exciting times, and yeah, not that difficult. Just a little bit of elbow grease, some dirty paws, so do it yourself, you know. All right, new day, same chimps. We're in the garage, continuing the element. We got, as you can see, the transmission bolted on, back onto the subframe. We're gonna get this up under the element and slap it up in there. It's coming soon, but for right now, we took off the knuckle because these ball joints, as you can see, it's kind of they're kind of in shambles here. So, you know, when it's floppy like that, you're gonna need to 86 these ones and get a new one on there. So, we're gonna also probably do the brakes. The pads are pretty worn out too, and we got a bone anchor here. So this will probably rot in the yard for the next 15, 20 years. But we're moving along here. The only thing that's gonna hold us up is the radiator. We're waiting for parts. If you're a car guy or girl, you know that's the worst part about working on cars, waiting for parts. So it's looking good though. Everything's swapped over. She should run like a top. It's just the hard work of getting it back in the car. It's gonna be the hardest part, but we'll time lapse it. If it falls on her foot and breaks 3 of her toes, you'll be the first to see. All right, you nasty little chimps. She's in.
She's in.
The engine's back in the car. The subframe bolts are subframing. The engine bolts are bolting. So she's officially back in the car. You can see there's a little bit more work to do, but we're gonna crack at it. Daniel, what do you got to say about this thing?
It's gonna run, spin fifth gear, automatic fifth gear.
Understeer into a tree. I mean, it's per usual here at Chimp's Garage.
Yeah, this is the 2-wheel drive version, not the 4-wheel drive. So it would have been a lot harder with the 2-wheel drive.
It would have been
with the 4-wheel drive. So
it would have been a few extra steps for sure.
a few extra steps.
You know, the JDM motor's in with all the goodies. You know, we were even able to retain the AC without having to, you know, just release it into
the atmosphere.
a closed container. That's what we're going to do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Of course. But harness, still got the rat's nest to put on.
Radiator should be here Tuesday.
Yeah. But
we're gonna crack at it.
as you saw, it wasn't too difficult. You know, it kind of just lined up and bolted up. So
The whole subframe just drops down, so it's not that hard. And then undo all the wiring, rat's nest.
yeah, only had to use a pry bar once, so can't beat that. You know, so yeah, we'll keep cracking at it. Here we go for the first startup. Cross your fingers. We'll see what happens. Michelle, hit it. Nothing.
Woo!
Ooh. Is it recording? All right, round 2. Let's try again. Jump packs on this time. Michelle, hit it. Nothing. We're really in shambles here. Imagine just wait that long. Third time's a charm. Hit it, Michelle. K-swap, K-swap, K-swap. All right, turn it off. All right, you filthy poop slinging chimps. As you saw, the engine started. We're gonna call it a night here. We got a few parts we're waiting on, but we're gonna knock this video out and send it to you guys on the way, coming soon. And then there's gonna be a first drive video afterwards. So we'll get everything back in, we'll show you that, and then we'll take it on a rip. So stay tuned for that, part 2 of the CRV coming soon. Or the CRV, the Element. Greg's here, so I was thinking of CRVs, so.
Only the real OGs know who Greg is.
Only the real OGs know, so.
I didn't do shit.
Well, as you shouldn't, you know.
My hands are so clean.
Yeah, you want them to stay clean.
Michelle, show me your hands.
We got
Michelle, she got a little dirty. She got a few stains.
We'll stay.
What do you got to tell them?
Oh man, we're gonna drive this to Tennessee instead of understeering into a tree. Maybe we'll camp on a tree or something.
We'll camp next to a tree.
Camp next to a tree.
This would be
with the
nicer,
Element.
for sure.
Well, I have a question. What is that?
But,
Well, you see there, when you start the car and there's no radiator, transmission fluid
in
goes
true
everywhere.
chimp fashion, if you're a real OG, you know about the OBS fiasco in the driveway.
Yeah.
Real chimp fashion, we don't drain the fluid out of the transmission. It just ends up on your crock. So
That's a feature.
It's a feature. It spews out. You know, don't worry. The radiator's coming. So no harm, no foul. And we'll see you in the next one.